All right, Chris Popper here in Bangor, and I'm joined by Janna Richards, who is tell me your official title.
Economic Development Director, City of Ellsworth.
All right, and you are in, it looks like you're in the Ellsworth City Hall right now.
I am. I'm up in my office overlooking the beautiful parking lot and the apple blossoms.
Exactly, but there's some things that are going to change there. So tell us what's happening with the Franklin Street extension.
Yeah, so next week we're going to be closing it off, and we're going to be creating a wonderful outdoor dining space that will be filled with, some flowers and some plants. And it'll be close to vehicles. So I know a lot of people, you won't get your cut through to City Hall, but there's other options available. And we just feel like this is the year that we can have this space come to life. And it'll be really helpful for all of our businesses and for all of our residents and visitors who just want a space to gather and get outdoors.
So this is where they held Taste of Ellsworth 2 years ago, I guess the last 2 years, but obviously didn't happen last year. I know that when they did that, they put down some green carpeting. There's not going to be carpeting down there. Are there going to be tables out there?
There will be. We have 10 wonderful picnic tables that were actually crafted by our excellent public works crew. They're beautiful in my opinion. They're large, and we actually even have 2 that are ADA accessible, so that so people with wheelchairs will be able to roll up to them. And they'll all have 3-tiered umbrellas. So I know wind is always a concern down there. It kind of turns into a wind tunnel, but the design of these will be such that wind can kind of blow through the tops of them. They're highly secured in there, and then at night we'll have them rolled down, so hopefully we'll have umbrellas in the morning. And a nice added feature is that they have strips of LED lights on the inside.
Oh, nice.
So as it gets dark, we'll have a little bit of lighting down there, in addition to some of the street lighting that's down there. So
listen, that area is so beautiful. I mean, you've got the cupola that's lit up at night. And now actually with the cupola cam, you'll probably be able to see how many people are dining out there in that area.
You absolutely will. And one other feature that this is the first time I'm actually disclosing this, and it hasn't come through to fruition yet, but it will be coming soon. We actually put Wi-Fi extension boosters in the municipal parking lot so that you will be able to pick up good Wi-Fi reception while you're down there.
So you'll be able to, if you're on an extended lunch break from work, you'll be able to still do your email. And,
that's right. There's no excuse.
Right. So they're going to be trash cans. I mean, is Public Works going to be swinging through, or is this really, hey, listen, we're putting this out there, pick up after yourselves and keep the area clean? But I'm sure they're going to go through and empty the trash a couple times a day.
That's right. So we got 3 50-gallon trash receptacles as well as a returnable receptacle. We'll have someone coming through just before lunchtime and then someone coming through after dinner to make sure that the trash is collected and the returnables are collected. But yeah, you're right. Absolutely. We still are asking that, people treat this space as if it were their own. And if there's any issues, they can always call over to City Hall. And there'll also be a hand sanitization station so that people can, sanitize their hands as much as possible.
It's open to anyone. You don't have to purchase food from anywhere else. I mean, obviously there's a couple restaurants right around that area, but I mean, great way to grab and go, or, even if you're bringing a bag of lunch to work, to be able to sit outside. And on a day like today, I mean, my word, it's 70 some degrees, and to be able to eat outdoors would be fantastic.
Yeah, it's open to anyone and everyone. And you're right. You could be, getting takeout from any of the downtown establishments or any establishment off of High Street, and then you're meeting somebody who, you know, in the downtown. I think it's just a great meeting spot. You know, I foresee myself calling my husband and saying, hey, get Pat's Pizza, meet me downtown, let's have lunch together. So
little ice cream after work.
oh,
I mean,
yeah,
right?
that's absolutely correct. So yeah, I mean, absolutely anything goes. It's a space for gathering, for eating, for chatting. Yeah, it's designed for that purpose. And, you know, it's right down here in front of City Hall, like you said. And we actually are working on some signage right now that'll be part of the project, so that people who aren't from around can look at some maps and look at all of Ellsworth and what it has to offer. They can look at where parking is, where shopping is, where dining options are, you know, which way to the park, which way to go to Bucksport, all of that. So, you know, hopefully it's a central spot for people who want to come and enjoy Ellsworth.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, and obviously Knowlton Park right up around the corner. And afterwards, I've got to ask you about the splash pad. So I'm going to ask you about that. But so you've got all of that happening. And I know that Ruth Foster, God love her, she's working on the whole, you talked about the apple blossoms. She's doing some working with improving the plantings around City Hall.
That is absolutely correct. And it's stunning. I mean, if you haven't been and seen the apple blossoms, right now is the time. It's like prime. And those trees were, she just put in a lot of effort into making sure that they were pruned. The ones that, you know, weren't doing so well are being replaced and coming back to life. And there's plans for more. And really just like a general tidying up of that area, from signage to plantings and all around. Just, it's looking really, really great.
You don't have to go to Washington and Virginia for the Apple Blossom Festival. You just have to go to downtown Ellsworth now, right? Thanks to Ruth.
That's right. Yeah, it's we are so thankful, and it is excellent. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot happening. I know that Ellsworth's opening up with the relaxation of the mask mandate. So it's an exciting time of year. I mean, it's really get out, be cautious, be careful, make sure you're vaccinated, and you know, it's a great time. And hopefully we have a weather like last summer, and this year we'll be able to enjoy it.
Absolutely. And, you know, yes, please come to Ellsworth, come check us out. There's so much happening. It's absolutely beautiful. And I think I've never been so excited for a project as I am for this. I honestly, there's so many bits and pieces that the boxes have to be checked. But once you see it all coming through to fruition, it's like, you know, it really makes me really happy. So.
As the Director of Community and Economic Development, you've been there, what now,
almost 3 years, yeah.
3 years. And I mean, last year you were kind of working by yourself. I mean, you know, with COVID, so it's nice to be able to have the city open up and
to work on a project that is like about being social and actually about true community development instead of having to combat COVID.
Yes, exactly. All right, Janna, thank you very much. If people want to get a hold of you, give your email address so that way, you know, if they have suggestions, things like that, that they can reach out to you.
Sure, it's jrichards, RICHARDS @ellsworthmaine.gov, and Ellsworth, Maine is all spelled out.
All right, Janna, thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it. Take care.